Well, she's back. It's validating because I identified that I didn't think she could stay away, and it turns out I was right. But now all of my plans are up in the air because do I approach her with almost nothing and hope that her energy and excitement for what she's trying to do right now lines up with the things that I'm seeing that we could do together? Or do I keep my nose to the grindstone and approach her in a couple weeks, or wait till January, like my original plan? I'm not sure what to do. I definitely feel like I have a pretty strong story, but it's just so hard because I don't know what I don't know. There's a bunch of things that I'm not aware of. And so it's okay. I can still just put forth the best pitch that I can put forth. That's all I can expect from myself. But if I had a lot more knowledge, I'd be able to confidently say, this is exactly what we need to do, and this is the way we need to do it. So I have to think of other ways that I can use my thoughts in order to instill confidence and make it so it's a project that she's interested in. I would really like to tackle the domestic abuse, sexual violence side of it. I feel like that is the thing that is in her life that she's passionate about, that I feel the most capable of working with. I know she is also very concerned about the person who was killed by the police in November of last year, and I'm concerned too, but I can't do anything. I'm not the right filmmaker for that. I would need a lot more help, I guess I would say. And also, the legal side of it is very scary to me because we're dealing with the police and racial issues, and it seems really difficult. And there's probably things for those with domestic violence too. So we are going to have to cover those challenges as they come. But yeah, things get complicated so quick. So right now I have six, not necessarily scenes, but maybe sections of the movie. One of them is about her early life, and so I think that's the easiest one to cut if we're not going to get much more into the person of who she is, if she's going to stay faceless. It seems like she has revealed a lot of things about who she is, and so I think we could still do a segment like that, but we definitely cut that. Then I have right now the career starting, and then I have making friends in the industry, friends of restaurant owners, friends with other influencers, and then I have, harassment and the misogyny that she's experienced, and I think that kind of perfectly dovetails into her challenges with men, with a man and her ex-husband, um, and then that kind of dovetails into her resilience, her coming back, and what she's trying to do right now, what her goals are, what she's trying to accomplish. Um, that's a good flow from me, from what I know about right now, but I'm just trying to get a better timeline of what happened. I really want to know how she quit. I remember reading it, but I cannot get any kind of verification that she disappeared. And turns out, as soon as July this year, she was posting about things. As soon as September this year, she was posting about things, and I hadn't noticed those. There's some posts over on Threads. I don't know if there was a post that was posted and then taken down, or if it was all in stories, which is what I remember. And hey, maybe this won't even be a central point of the film, that she quit social media for a little while. I think it's a pretty clear indicator of some tough desperation and stuff. But we're as close as we've ever been, and it still feels impossible to get done. And it's such a huge part of it right now is just, I don't know if she could care about this or if it's just impossible. I just don't know. Try to put myself in other people's shoes, but I'm just so interested in filmmaking that if anybody asked me to be involved in a project, I would very seriously consider it. And it's asking a lot of her to be on the stage, to try and do something bigger, to put her influence and trust behind me. It's a lot to ask, and so that is, partially what leads me to complete and utter fear because I don't want a poor part of my pitch to be the reason why she's not willing to put all that trust in me. But at the same time, it's just a lot to ask. It's so hard to bridge this gap where I made a documentary about somebody in my life, and there was so much ease that came with that because there wasn't that much research that needed to be done as far as the personal side. I had that all on lock. All I can do is keep looking for stories that interest me and then going and chasing them down. It's just not the easiest thing in the world. Once we can get into the I'm interested phase, that is when I think we'll take a couple steps back and be like, okay, let's learn how to communicate. Let's set boundaries. Let's, teach each other things, because she will need to know about how this process works and what it's going to need to get it done, and what she would be asked to do, what she would not be needing to do. And I just need to know a whole lot more about the story so I know what we can point our lens at and actually get somewhere that's meaningful to her. Mark Bone talks about how the subjects are collaborators, but I'm really looking for a lot of collaboration from her for this project. So part of that reason is because I don't just want to do a nice video about where her and her account came from. It would be nice. I'm not just trying to make something that's nice. I'm trying to make something that's meaningful. And so if that's a part of her life and where she wants to take her account, those are the reasons I feel we need to touch on the domestic abuse part of it and handle that. But that doesn't make it easy. All right, back to work.